Indie Mogul.
Even though it's only the beginning of November, there were plenty of gifts under the tree for audiences this weekend as Hollywood played Santa. But the biggest gift ended up going to Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry. What did they get? Let's find out with some movie math. Audiences got stingy with Disney's A Christmas Carol as the movie opened at #1, but with only 31 million in its stocking. That opening is an improvement on Robert Zemeckis' 2 previous motion capture films, and it's on par with last year's big holiday movie, Four Christmases. However, it's far less than Jim Carrey's previous holiday hit, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and that was 9 years ago when ticket prices were lower and costly add-ons like 3D and IMAX didn't even exist. It is also far below the debut for other IMAX 3D movie Monsters vs. Aliens, which also debuted with over 50 million, but just this year. It is even below Jim Carrey's last animated bow, Horton Hears a Who. But the big question is whether or not A Christmas Carol will be standing under the mistletoe for a whole 2 months until Christmas, or if it will end up out in the cold. Good news is there are no more holiday-themed movies coming out this year, and there won't be any competition for family eyeballs until mid-December when The Princess and the Frog and then Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel, hit theaters. Bad news is, you don't seem to like the movie very much. I asked you to rate it on a 1 to 10 and you gave it a 6.5, 1 point lower than the 7.5 audiences gave it on Friday's episode of Beyond the Trailer. And now for the 1-sentence review challenge results. Here's the top 5. Number 1 will be getting a free pair of AMC movie tickets. In 5th place is Slobs275, who says, not the best Christmas Carol, but enough to get you in the holiday spirit in early November. But 4th place, J.W. Gilligan disagrees, countering, A Christmas Carol has been made into a film many times, but this one is surely one of the top ones because of the greatness of Jim Carrey. 3rd place, Bramby600 is also not impressed though, adding, Robert Zemeckis soils Charles Dickens' classic tale with useless CGI. Too bad he wasn't visited by ghosts warning him not to make this movie. Runner-up Movie Kid Mike Reviews agrees, adding, A Christmas Carol is like a great cover of a classic song. The performances and presentation are great, but it simply can't measure up to the original classic. And the winner of the 2 free movie tickets, Vilquin Productions, laments that it doesn't convey the true point of the original story. This movie was more on the basis of some of the kids' TV shows of today with violence and laughs. Speaking of ghosts of the past, Michael Jackson's spirit continues to live on with This Is It, which fell just 1 spot to number 2 despite heavy competition. This Is It fell a so-so 40% to bring in another 14 million, bringing its 2-week total to 57 million. That puts it very close to beating Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus' Best of Both Worlds to become the highest-grossing concert movie ever, a title which the King of Pop certainly deserves. Sorry, Miley, but it's true. Maybe you shouldn't diss your own songs. That's right, I heard you on the Today Show saying you think Party in the USA sucks. MJ had a little more class. And in 3rd place is The Men Who Stare at Goats with 13.3 million. That's unfortunately the exact same rank and gross of Leatherheads, another Clooney comedy, which only made it to 31 million at the box office. Maybe you should reconsider making Ocean's 14, Clooney. But for Overture Films, after Law Abiding Citizen last month, this is another good showing at the box office. Elsewhere in the box office, The Fourth Kind opened at number 4 with 12.5 million. That's better than Paranormal Activity's weekend haul of 8.6 million, but far behind Paranormal Activity's total haul of 97 million. Meanwhile, the box opened at number 6 with just 7.8 million, which is pretty good considering both of Richard Kelly's previous films didn't gross a total of 1 million combined, but pretty bad by regular Hollywood standards. Now, didn't I say something about Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry getting one hell of an early Christmas gift? That's right, this weekend Sundance favorite Precious was brought to a few select theaters by Winfrey, Perry, and Lionsgate. And despite only opening on 18 screens, the film had a staggering per-screen average of $100,000. Now Oscar season has officially started. I saw a movie this weekend and I'll tell you all about it after the break.
You drank all my root beer! Have you lost your mind? Oh yeah? Suck on this! Oh.
Hi, I'm Bobby Miller. This Thursday on The Real Good Show, we have the filmmakers behind Untucked Films and a talking dog. She does talk, though, right? And a talking dog!
Watch The Real Good Show with Bobby Miller, new every Thursday on IndieMogul.com.
Since I promised my sister I would wait until she came home for Thanksgiving to see A Christmas Carol, this weekend I saw The Men Who Stare at Goats. Yes, even though I hate George Clooney, it seemed like the best of the bunch. Plus, I still couldn't get anyone to see Michael Jackson's This Is It with me. So, How was the movie? Well, I thought it started out very well and was quite charming. I actually liked Clooney in his role, and I felt Ewan McGregor was at the top of his game. In fact, this is the best work I've ever seen from McGregor, and he should consider playing a regular guy more often. But then, just like the bad LSD trips in the movie itself started to unravel about halfway through. It was as if the filmmakers had this great setup, but no idea how to execute it. And at the very end of the film, the soldiers are so irresponsible that it made me very concerned that any of this movie was based on real events. If so, the Army has way too much money and free time on their hands. Now, I'd still recommend The Men Who Stare at Goats, but as a solid rental rather than something worth seeing in theaters. And it also had some excellent advice from Clooney's character about figuring out your destiny and accepting it. As always, thanks for watching Movie Math, and I'll see you on Friday when Beyond the Trailer covers 2012 and, if it's playing in Times Square, The Fantastic Mr. Fox. Also, here are 2 important Facebook announcements. Please vote in my poll for Best Movie of October 2009, which you can find on my Facebook page. And every Monday this month, I'm challenging you to come up with a 1-sentence review for a specific genre over on Netflix's Facebook page. Whoever writes the best one gets a cool prize from Netflix, such as a soccer shirt or messenger bag. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some Movie Math.
Subscribe, comment, rate it.